All right. So let's just do this, and then we'll get to the people. I know the show that we were all ready to do, and I think that's the most frustrating part. I don't make any illusions. I don't act like I grew up loving this team. I don't. I'm a Giants fan. And for a long part of my career, I despised this organization because of the inferior garbage product they put on the field. Amongst other reasons, I despise them. But no one's been more positive and optimistic about this season and this team and the direction Brad Holmes has it going than me. Do I have misgivings about Campbell? I do. Both Rico and I do. But I mean it. Yesterday, I watch games, keep the laptop close by, and I update all my sheets. Cash the ticket sheet, kick off with Boomer sheet, and then my personal notes for the show. And I mean, I was building a show of I've never respected this team more than right now. They should be 2-1, injury plagued, on the road, and they just go in and beat the Vikings. And I'm thinking 4-1 at the bye week. I'm watching Mac Jones blow his ankle out. I'm like, it's happening. And now I'm sitting here doing the same damn show. I don't want to do that.
I understand where you were coming from for that, because if you're a Lions fan, it looked like they were the better team. And they were the better team.
They were
on the road.
I almost choked on my water.
Well, you already made me choke earlier today. So
I'll tell that story tomorrow when we start recapping college.
But yeah, they were the better team. They're on the road. They're getting things done. And they're having players get injured throughout the game, but it didn't matter because it was next man up. And it looked as if they had turned the corner. And this was going to be one of those games where you're going to point back and say, remember the Minnesota game when they went out and they beat them and you thought Minnesota was going to be angry? Justin Jefferson did nothing in the game. It was the anti of what you said. You're like, put Okuda any place but on Jefferson. No, he blanketed him.
Oh, it was just the idea of I don't think anyone will shut him down, so don't waste the resource, lock up Thielen, and the reverse happened. Because I can tell you, if Okuda, I can't believe I'm saying this, if Okuda was on Thielen, Thielen doesn't catch a ball.
No.
But Jefferson would have ripped you up.
Right. But so you chose the lesser of two evils. I understand that. And everything was going great. But once again, this team can't close out the half, and they can't close out the game.
And you know what that is? It's coaching.
I think it's coaching in his personnel. Your defense is just not good enough.
That's fine. But again, Rico, end of half, end of game, coaching. It's always coaching. That's when timeouts get involved. That's when down and distance. That's when field position. That's when situational awareness. It's coaching. So, yes, I get it. They love this guy. They play for this guy. And there's part of me that thinks he is the guy. But yet he keeps doing this. This is the same stuff. It's like, come on.
I think he's the guy. I just don't think he's ready yet.
Oh, well, great. I'm sorry. Is this his internship?
Yeah, that's what it's getting treated like.
David,
internship.
Ticket text, and we'll get to the people. I just, God.
For the first time in years, I was actually defeated after that Lions loss. It had me bummed out for the rest of the day.
That's one of the only times I've felt sadness watching this team lose. I felt sad. I felt horrible.
Mike hit it earlier. Campbell is Caldwell 2.0. Players love him, but the in-game decisions put a ceiling on what they can accomplish. That's Carl at work.
That's what I'm terrified of, David.
We should still be optimistic, someone says. They played well on the road against a better team. No excuses. There are positive signs.
Yeah, but timeout. Here's the problem I have with that. Yesterday, I watched Jacksonville go to L.A. and drop a 38-10 bomb on the Chargers. I don't care. Herbert's ribs, this, that, and the other thing. Everyone has injuries. The Jaguars are sitting here 2-1. Bomb the Colts, bomb the Chargers. And Trevor Lawrence looks like who we thought he was. Which, weird, once you get rid of a guy who's out giving proctology exams on the dance floor and you put a real coach down there. That's optimism, guys. Eventually, it has to be wins. You want a try-hard award? Go to your kid's soccer game. Wins. That's the only optimism I have. Wins. 24-14, your last 4 possessions go punt, turnover downs, missed field goal that maybe never should have been taken. Optimism. I want to win. Man. Let's go to the people. Go to Mike in West Bloomfield, see what he's got to say. Mikey, how are you?
Good, Mike. Hey, I got a couple of things here. A little different take. First of all, there was one play that just drove me nuts where they had 3rd and a half a yard, and they go back to pass. Even Jim Miller on the radio, I was listening to the radio, he's going, oh, they're going to pass. Like he was incredulous that they were going to try a pass, or if you're going to do it, that kind of pass was ridiculous. I was just yelling at that one. But the other take I have is when they had first down in the 36, they ran 3 straight plays to use up Vikings timeouts, and they lost yardage. So now you got yourself in a box. Like Rico said, I would have punted, but frankly, Campbell at the press conference says his best asset of the team is his offense. I would, if you're going to gamble to some extent, just run a play action on first down. They were all packed in there. You get a first down there, you're pretty much probably going to be able to use up their timeouts and run out the game. Why take a chance on giving the Vikings the ball back? You haven't been able to stop them on these things. If I'm going to gamble, that's what I would have done.
Yeah, there's no argument. 4th and 4 at the opponent 36. You've gone for it a half dozen times on the day. I understand the field goal if you have a great kicker and you got a defense that's somewhat adept. I do. The idea of it is exponentially more difficult with no timeouts to go down the field, score a touchdown, than it is to kick field goal. I totally understand that. Seibert's not a good kicker, so that's 0 for 1. And your defense is not a good defense. That's 0 for 2. The problem for Dan Campbell is I think he got tight in a big moment. And you knew ASB was hobbled. You knew Swift was hobbled. Your previous 4th down blew up in your face, which was the 0-yard pass to Hawkinson. And then he made, if we did ABC, right? You're a professor. Scantron, little pencils. They still do that with the kids. If choice A was kick, choice B was go for it, and choice C was punt, and 2 of the answers are right, he chose the wrong one.
He did.
So that's where he also compounded it. I don't know why you're using a timeout. The Vikings complete a pass, I think it's with 59 seconds, middle of the field, 28 yards down the field. They're at least going to burn 15 to 20 seconds spiking that ball.
Because you got to get the O-lineman to come running down there, huffing and puffing, just to get set to spike the ball. Hoping that the referee gets it there in time. So, that second that you burn and you wait for them to spike it, and then you make while they're doing that, you figure out what personnel do we need out here for that next play.
We got pack lines. People want to talk. They want to vent. Guys, just understand, very rarely does this team affect me in a sadness quotient. I'm able to get angry at them. This was heartbreaking. This really bothered me. You guys know I've championed this thing of guys, get on board. I think they're going to be all right this year. I really do. They had that game, man. It should be 2-1. We should be talking about so many other things than what we're talking about. And they did it again. And it's like, I don't know. You know what? It is what it is. There's nothing else I can do.